In a distant future, humanity teeters on the edge of extinction. Earth is a shadow of its former self, ravaged by war and disease, with the only hope lying in the stars. Two brave explorers, Adam and Jake, embark on a journey to Antares, a forgotten planet where a human colony was once established, but has since vanished without a trace. Over 900 years have passed, and no one on Earth knows if anyone is left alive out there. Now, Adam and Jake's mission is clear: find out what happened and, if possible, bring humanity's last hope back from the brink. As they approach Antares, their ship is swallowed by a strange, powerful gravitational force. Alarms blare, systems falter, and their only option is to navigate through this hostile atmosphere manually. With nerves of steel, they skim across the alien landscape, fighting the planet's resistance with every ounce of power they have left. But as they near the surface, disaster strikes. A violent impact sends their ship careening into the desert below, leaving it a battered wreck. Miraculously, both men survive, but Jake's shoulder is badly injured. As they crawl from the wreckage, a sense of eerie stillness surrounds them. Two ghostly moons hover above, and the barren desert stretches endlessly. Their mission has become a fight for survival. While tending to Jake's wounds, Adam catches a glimpse of something bizarre: a boy, ragged and wild, with a dog by his side. But before he can call out, the boy vanishes into the sands. Dismissing it as a mirage, Adam is jolted back to reality by the distant sound of barking. Determined to investigate, he follows the noise through the dunes, only to stumble upon the boy again, now surrounded by fierce warriors with spears at the ready. These warriors, known as the Snakeheads, are an all-female force bound by a strange and ancient code. They subdue the boy, Will, as Adam watches in horror, unsure how to help. Suddenly, the ground trembles in a violent quake, splitting the desert floor and nearly swallowing Adam in the chaos. Just as quickly as it began, the tremor subsides, leaving him shaken and desperate to reunite with Jake. But as he tries to get his bearings, Adam stumbles upon a strange temple, filled with chanting women who call themselves the followers of the great serpent goddess. At the center of the temple is Queen Sumuru, a fierce and enigmatic leader preparing for a dark ritual. She's introduced by her high priestess, Caine, a fervent zealot with her own agenda. Just as Adam tries to slip away, he's spotted. An alarm is raised, and Adam has no choice but to fight his way out. As he narrowly escapes, he catches sight of Will, still captive, and the adrenaline pushes him to run faster, harder, desperate to find a way to save him. Racing back to the crash site, Adam finds Jake and Will just in time, but they're not alone. Caine's warriors are hot on their trail, arrows whizzing by as they scramble for cover. Just when it seems like racing back to the crash site, Adam finds Jake and Will just in time, but they're not alone. Caine's warriors are hot on their trail, arrows whizzing by as they scramble for cover. Just when it seems like they're cornered, Queen Sumuru appears with her own guards, ordering a ceasefire. A tension-filled standoff ensues, but Sumuru exerts her authority, sparing Adam and Jake, though they're taken as prisoners. Adam wakes up in the Queen's quarters, bewildered by the strange customs of this society. He learns that in this colony, men are seen as physically powerful but emotionally volatile, kept as laborers, while the women hold positions of leadership and power. Sumuru, however, carries a mysterious warmth towards Adam, intrigued by his tales of Earth and the plight of the human race. In a moment of vulnerability, Sumuru reveals that their ancestors had once communicated with Earth, but over time, war and isolation left them cut off and bound by their own laws. This conversation is interrupted by another tremor, deeper and more violent, confirming Jake's suspicions that the planet's core is destabilizing and they're running out of time. Desperate to escape, Adam and Jake plan to use the colony's ancient technology to fuel their ship, hoping it's still powerful enough to take them back home. But Caine, hungry for power, sees an opportunity. In a moment of betrayal, she and her soldiers ambushed a group, sending them fleeing through the crumbling tunnels as the planet's core grows more and more volatile. In the chaos, they reach an ancient command center where, against all odds, Jake manages to power up the ship, but the energy readings are catastrophic. The reactor won't last long before it detonates, potentially obliterating the planet. Racing against time, Adam and Sumuru confront Caine in an intense hand-to-hand battle, blades clashing in the flickering glow of the reactor as explosions rock the walls around them. In a final, desperate move, Sumuru overpowers Caine, and the crew barely escapes into the ship as the planet's crust begins to splinter. With seconds to spare, the ship lifts off, soaring above the desert as the ground beneath them erupts in a cataclysm of fire and rock. As they ascend, Sumuru, glancing back at the world that has been her home, feels both sorrow and hope. Together, Adam, Jake, and their newfound allies make their way into the stars, the last remnants of two worlds joining forces to preserve humanity's future.